Hi guys, welcome to the second video session of our series creating Selenium.NET test automation framework from scratch. So today's video I'm going to tell you about how we can utilize page object model to promote page object reusability in our test automation framework. So to start up with page object model, we should create a project that we have already created in our previous video, and I have created a new folder directory named pages where I store all my page objects in page classes inside this folder. So it's very simple. You have to go and right click on your project and create an add, or you can right click on your project class library and you can just click on add and create a new folder here. So you can give a name to that folder over here. So I have created a project folder called pages. So let's remove this one. Right, so then after that I have created a class. Simply go on to the pages directory, right click and click on add and new item, and you can create a class called login page, where this is my page class for the login page. So what I'm doing is I have imported the library called openqa.selenium, and I have defined a variable from iWebDriver called driver. I have created the constructor, that is I am overriding the current constructor where I am passing my driver variable from my test case. So after that I am declaring the elements in the page. So email, so I'm using the by class. I'm declaring a variable called email input, and I am telling how to locate it by name. So same way for password and login buttons, which I am using. Then I am creating the methods which will interact with these components. So first one was void set email, so I'm passing the email from my test case. So same way I will do for the password too. Set password, and I will pass the password. Then here I have to change the password, and I had to pass the password. You can say var password, then it's easy to identify. Then I had to create a method to click on my button, login button. So click login. So what I'll do is I'll create a method for that, driver dot find element. Inside that I will say login button dot click. There we are. So once I've done this, then I had to also create a method to a page class for my home page. So what I do is I will go back, add new item. So the class should be home page. So in this home page class I will have to create a method, a constructor. I had to override the default constructor. So what I'm going to do is I have to say home page public home page iWebDriver I had to import using openqa selenium. There we are. So iWebDriver DEMP. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a driver variable declared here, iWebDriver driver So this driver should get assigned with the driver temp. Right, now the next one is I want to get my by dot home page banner by dot name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture that home page banner. So what I'm going to go is I am going to go for Guru 99 demo site. So I will go there, get my username and password which I have. Okay, and the password, type on here login, and I want to get this banner. So I'm going to get this one, should be manage ITTR. Okay, so we'll have to go through XPath and get this fellow. So let's create the XPath for this. Should be, so Control F / put TR, okay, and attribute. This is how we create the XPath manually. Class equals a ding 3. Okay, so we take this one and we have to go to the TD. This is my XPath that I created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add this here. Right after adding this, I will say another public method string, return me the string get text of this banner. Okay, so what do I do is driver dot find elements, and I have home page banner dot text will return me the text. Oh, it did not have parentheses. Okay, so this should be returned, and there you go. So you are returning the text. Right, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to go to my test case, so I can create a separate folder for my test cases, and what I do is I copy the same thing which I have done here in my test case. So test case, I am creating a new class called login class. Okay, login test case or login class, I have just put I'll make it as login test case, login test, that would be good, login test. So I'm creating a class called login test. Yes, right. So what I'm going to do is I might not need these, so using OpenQA Selenium .chrome, and I might need using OpenQA .selenium. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste this. Right, so this is the basic login that we did. So I need driver, iWeb driver navigate. Okay, so what are these things that I'm getting? Okay, now it's fine. I think it took some time to process. it's not an error. So I declared a iWeb driver variable which is for Chrome driver. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the functionality in my page object. So what I'm going to use, using pages. So I had to go to my pages, and this should having, put a namespace called page objects and save them. Same thing goes here, page objects pages. So what happens is now I can checks dot pages I have used. So what can I do here is I want to make my pages, I have defined login page. I had to instantiate an object login p equals new login page, and I had to pass the driver. Okay, since I cannot refer answer. Oh yeah, I have to go here login page. I should make public, and okay, hold on. Oh yes, I had to put the end unit here, so I'm missing that one. In unit dot framework. So then what I do is I had to close this and close with my test tag. So I had to enclose with test, notify that it's a test. So then I have to say public void test1, just put like that. Then what I'm going to do, I have to put this. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and put like this and say driver. There we are. So the error was that I had to declare the method and I had to put it. So then what I do is I had to call my login p dot set email, and I had to pass this email, sorry, set login. So I had to change that, go here, it's not set login, so I'll put it as login input. It's not email, it's login input, and I have to say set, make it more readable, so I put user name and save. Go back to my test case and I say login p dot set username. Then I have to pass the username, which is here. There we are. Here. Then next one is login p dot set, should be set password, set password, and I have to set the password also. This is my password, so I'm gonna copy and add that. Then login p dot click login. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to delete this since I'm using page objects. Then I had to declare my home page. Home equals new home page, and I have to pass the driver. Okay, so I passed the driver. Now what I'm going to do is home dot get text. So I had to assert this with a testng asset, assert dot are equal object expected should be the text that I have here. Yeah, so manage ID, I'll get this text, and have it here. It should be compared with the get text I have here. Okay, I am done with it. So this is my test case which uses the page object model. So I have test, I have the login pages, I have the home page class, and I have the login page class. So let's run this and see whether we are able to successfully run this. So when I ran, I got an error, so we changed the thing here, so it should be login input. So I changed it, remember we changed it, so it should be login input, and we can say this one as user name, it's not email. So we'll have same here, and we'll just build this solution. Yeah, it's successful. So let's go back, run our test case. We are navigating successfully. Username, password entered. And is there a failure? Button, login, click. Hold on, we have to go here. Login button, click. Oh, we got an error. That means my element it's changed. So I had to go to login, inspect, and not this one. I have to go to the main page. Okay, I have to inspect this element, btn login. So I have to go to my login page. This should be the one. So let's run this and see again. So the browser comes up, goes to the Guru 99 demo, types a password, logs in, and there we are. So the test is passing. I have got the manager ID as 184115, and it is passing, and its assertion is passed. So I'm closing the driver and quitting. So test case is passed. That means we did create the page object model in our test automation framework, which we are doing in Selenium.net. Hope you like the video. If you like this post, please put a like in the LinkedIn.